Hey everyone, welcome back. As you can see here, we've had a couple wins since the last video. Uh, Pretty sound win against Sandhausen, and then got a little bit lucky against St. Pauli. Joveljic really saved us for that with a great goal with about a minute left in stoppage time. So, gonna try to hop pretty quickly into the two games today. We're gonna try to get through our last two games before the winter break against the teams in second and third, Nuremberg and Hamburger. Just not much change in the tactic other than we have been playing the 4-2-3-1. I think what I found is the one area we're struggling with is if you look at Paulson, good defensively. That's why we have him as the ball winning midfielder. But what we don't have in this scenario is really great distribution out of the middle of the field. So one change I did make is putting both of our wingback and our fullback on support, hoping that helps us kind of move the ball up to Drexler and our other players up front, kind of being that almost shuttle between the back line and the forwards. So, like I said, we're going to try to jump right in and see if we can get through both games today. Uh, we've definitely been better with the 4-3-3 so far. Trying to get used to this 4-2-3-1 if we can, and they really struggle when you look at their analytics. It's the formation they've struggled the most with, so that's why we decided to stay with the 4-2-3-1 today. All right, so we'll jump right in. I know in the last video we bumped up the tempo a little bit. For now, keeping at this slower pace, I'm okay with that. At least early on in matches, just trying to control it. Hopefully, build up to our chances. I did mention early on the other change I made to the tactic, at least for now, while Joveljic is our starter, is I changed him to a poacher role instead of advanced forward. When I looked at the analytics, and stopped there. Drexler with a great match, with a great goal. Joveljic actually set him up as after I was about to say that he's not the greatest passer in the world, so that's why I moved into more of the poacher. Even on advanced forward, I thought he was dropping back a little bit too much when I looked at the maps from the passing from the last match. But great pass there. Set up Drexler for the goal, and hopefully, we can keep control of this. Looking forward right now, they're doing a better job keeping possession, but pretty even match overall. I think that's something I struggled with early on with the 4-2-3-1 when I started the season with that is did see both inside forward just getting to the byline too often and just running out of space. Um, so definitely something I might look at moving one or both into a support role if that continues to be an issue, even though then we might not have enough bodies in the box to really generate much offense. Really good play by Zalzar there, wins us the corner. I got a little bit worried that we weren't really pushing them enough, but good job there. Now let's see if we can turn it into anything. Sane did get a goal in one of our prior matches. He's definitely been a good target for us on those attacking set pieces. And there, defensively wins us that one. At least gives us a chance to push up a little bit and hopefully keep them from recycling it into another chance. Not the greatest defense in the world, but at least kept them to relatively weak chance in the end. Good 1-2 there to get us further up the field. And there we go. Another goal, Jovic. That's really what I'm looking for. You know, good if he can get into the link-up play a little bit, but really just need him to find chances. He's good off the ball, good anticipation. So I think the poacher role suits him maybe a little bit more than would Terada if he was still there for us. Pretty simple play after we got that nice 1-2 to get Raskowski up the right wing. I think right there, we'll see if it turns into anything, but that's really why I made the change to using that left wing back in support. Saw him there be the link to get that ball further up the field. Another highlight pretty quickly. It looks like this could be, straight red. Hopefully this means we can really stay in control going forward. Obviously don't want to let them hit back, get some confidence, but hopefully that puts us in control. Might be a good chance to get some players some rest later on too. Another goal, hopefully. Looks like they're checking for offside. But it's allowed, so 3-0. I think this will be a good chance for us later on to get some of our players that need some match sharpness in there later on, especially knowing we have that long break coming up. It'd be good to get some of them some exposure into the first game. See, really outperforming our expected goals. At times this season that's been a problem that we've been underperforming it, but really good chances so far. Look, not surprising to me that all their shots have been on their left-hand side, middle but left, definitely our weaker side of the central defense. And you can see they've been a little bit more of a threat to us than we've seen in our prior matches, just looking at our heat maps. Both pretty well in the middle of the field. We've just been the sharper team finishing. Like I said, we'll probably make some changes in the second half, give it about 10 minutes, and start making some of them to get some playing times for some of these other players. Sané is also still not fully fit, so probably get him out. Maybe was one of the first changes just to avoid overworking him. Don't want to risk an injury right before we have the break. Thought that might have turned into something for Jovic, but at least not in the early part of this highlight. And there's where we continue to get beat. Got lucky with the shot, but just continue to get beat too often between our central defenders. Hoping maybe having some extra cohesion, sticking to this partnership as much as possible might help with that a little bit. But again, get beat over the top between them, and then this time they're able to turn it into a goal. Not what we want to see, especially with them down to 10 men, but hopefully we can get control back. But definitely worrying to have that keep happening to us. We are going to make the change now to get Sané off. Like I said, I don't want to get him injured right before the break. And we're going to bring Amin on just to give him some more exposure to the first team. He's key to our future plans, so I want to get him some of that exposure. Free kick there by Zelazar. He's definitely a threat. We only have him on loan. I'd love to keep him really in that box-to-box midfielder role going forward, but don't think we're going to be able to afford him. See if we can recycle this into another chance. Looked like he might have been off anyway, but yes, so he was. So if that had gone in, wouldn't have counted anyway. So it looks like Luther, a slight injury, wants to come off. I'm going to move Drexler out there. He played pretty well when we used him, and let Pieringer take the advanced playmaker role, a little bit more of a natural fit for him. And going to bring on Flick to get him some more playing time in the middle of the midfield. Definitely not our strongest performance, especially with them being down 10 men for so long, but taking a little bit more control now, and biggest thing obviously is taking the points. Matza could use some more match sharpness coming back from his injury, so we'll bring him in as our last change. Just a couple minutes to see out here. Probably the last highlight of the game might even run us to the last whistle. That should be it. So we'll take the 3-1 win, continue giving ourselves that buffer at the top. And praise the ones who didn't really contribute to the let off in the second half. I would have liked to see us be better, but can't really complain overall, especially as we continue to build that buffer. We'll be back in a second with the last match before the break. All right, and we're back for the last match before the winter break. As you can see, made a couple changes. Boulter is ready for the match, but brought Pieringer in to get him exposure and just give Boulter a rest. And decided to give Amin his first start on the other side. He might only play, maybe the half, depending on how he's performing, but he's been really good on the U19, so wanted to give him a chance to start a match for us for the senior team. No other change to the squad. Hopefully we'll be able to control a little bit. Definitely well ahead in the standings. It's been really good for us. If we can get even a draw here, we'd be in great shape as we go into the break. Right, so here we go. Hopefully can pick up where at least the first half was in the last game. Seemed like Amin's probably offside there, but I guess, yep, there we go. A little bit of a delay there. Not a great start for him in terms of the tactics and the system, but and was nervous in the pregame. But hopefully we don't see that play out too much in the actual results. Definitely not our best start of the season. Again, they're just beat in the air when we shouldn't be. Now Pierre injured. Really would prefer to give Luther the game off if we can. I think what I'll do is I'll move Drexler out there. He's played it at times. Move Amin into that middle spot, and then Adin as the right winger. See if that hopefully can get us through. I think that puts most of them in positions there, at least comfortable with anyway. And he puts a little bit more pressure on Amin than I'd like, given that he's got to be our primary facilitator in there. But like I said, at least if he can get us through to the second half, and then maybe we bring Raskowski off the bench and let him play that role, I think that'll be fine. Like I said, even if we can get a point out of here, I'd be happy with that. They're definitely beating us with those crosses down the right, something we got to find a way to deal with better. Not a good decision by Sané. Definitely could hurt us, but looks like the team recovered. Not really sure what happened with that animation. Oh, looks like we just now brought it back for the foul, but I don't think that was a penalty. I guess they'll review it, but definitely looked like it was well outside of the box. Yeah, so I guess that makes the animation make more sense that there should have been the foul right away, but at least we avoid the penalty and deal with the free kick pretty easily. try to encourage them a little bit. Definitely not a strong start, but saved there by our keeper, but hopefully can kickstart it a little bit, and we have those options off the bench if we continue to struggle. You can definitely tell we're not using those front really three with the supporting playmaker that we're used to. And this might be where we have to generate our chances, is taking advantage of the set pieces if we can earn them. Again, found Sané there. Definitely has been strong from those opportunities for us. Recycling possession a little bit here. Would like to see maybe a little bit more support out wide, but gonna and nice shot from outside gets us another corner. So controlling possession a little bit better here than we were early in the match for sure. And another corner. I thought we might have been in danger of Zalazar being offside there, but doesn't look like it. And another good header won by Sané, just not able to direct it on net. Paulson picks up a yellow. He's struggling a little bit. Really, most of our midfield is struggling. And like I said, probably in the second half, we're going to have to make some changes to try to get more out of them. But hopefully it's not too late by then. Again, beat down the middle. Just can't find a way to get those passes stopped right now. And where they create this from. Three of our players and Sané over here, that this shouldn't turn into a chance, but nobody seems to keep the track of the runner and turns into an easy goal. Down 1-0 at halftime. I think we'll give it a few minutes and then we'll have to make a few changes, but see if we can kickstart it a little bit in the second half first. Again, just beat right down the middle and get lucky that it's not a shot directed on target. I think we'll see how this highlight plays out and then make our substitutions. It could partially just be a matter of, maybe we should take advantage of some of this youth we brought in and play a little bit quicker than we typically do. So, our best chance of the match so far, but doesn't turn into anything. Like I said, this whole front is struggling. Going to move Drexler back over to his preferred spot. Move him back and let Raskowski take this advanced playmaker role. I think Paulson's struggling. We're gonna we'll bring in Flick. He performed well last match. We'll give him another chance as well, and then up the tempo just to try to force things a little bit more than we have been. A dangerous free kick. No pressure put on, but at least able to block it for the corner, but I'd like to see that dealt with better for sure. And no clue what just happened there, how that managed to go in. I don't see how it could be offside, but terrible defensing and goalkeeping, and turns us into 2-0 down. See if we can see anything from this, but yeah, we have a defender on the near post and the keeper right there, and neither one does anything with it. Just really poor. looking right now like it's going to be our first defeat of the season. We have enough of a cushion built up that's not the end of the world, but definitely gives me a little bit of pause with this system that we might need to go back to the 4-3-3 to at least make it through this season until we can make some changes to the squad. I think some of this will definitely fall on me, not learning my lesson from the cup match and making more changes than I needed to. But I think it also points out where we need to get better, see if we can find some cheap transfers in January, and it makes the decision a little bit tougher on what we do with Sané, whether we try to loan him out to free up some wage budget to see if we can improve in some of these other areas that we're really struggling with. That definitely could have been the goal to get us back into it, but doesn't seem like it's going to be our day. Nice shot there from Raskowski. Probably should have given him the chance to just keep his spot and stay involved from the start, but and another nice header from Sané, just not able to direct it on net. So ultimately, our first loss of the season, but still, from a table perspective, it's still in really good shape if we look at it. Everybody's at the top, other than it looks like everybody's pretty much played, other than Heidenheim has played their game, so should have a good cushion to third still. But good cushion to third, but definitely some decisions to make. Only 8 above Hamburger now. I think definitely need to figure out first of all what we want to do with Sané, whether we can loan him out to a Bundesliga team, free up some wage budget, and then see if we can improve. Really would like to improve in the midfield, especially give us more options. If I could find a deep line playmaker on defend or a ball winning midfielder that had better passing, I think that would really strengthen our team. So for the next video, I think that's where we'll pick up. We'll get ready to come back from the break and see if anything's happened in the transfer market by then.